Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing the last installment of my weight loss journey series. The main thing I want to focus on is like the entire journey as a whole, like why I started, physical side effects that I noticed changed once I had lost all the weight, how much weight I've lost in total, and just all of the things. This is going to be kind of just like a recap of everything and just kind of like closing up the series that I did, and then we'll talk about the next series that I'm gonna start a little bit later on in the vlog as well. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and like this video, comment down below, and turn on post notifications, you know, all the things. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. First, why did I start and when? So I started my weight loss journey back in 2022. I think I officially started Mounjaro in September of 2022, but I actually had started my weight loss journey a few months before I started Mounjaro. I had gone to like our local bariatric clinic because I knew I wanted to lose weight, and I was put on an oral medication, which we're not going to talk about the names of that stuff because I don't want anyone to think that I am recommending anything. I highly suggest that if you're interested in weight loss medications, go talk to your primary care doctor or talk to someone that specializes in this kind of medication. Do your own research. Don't take anything that I say like as a recommendation to do it. This is just my own personal experience, and I've been sharing my experience with you guys since day one. I started my official weight loss journey back in, I think it was April of 2022, and then I'd lost about 20 pounds through that medication, and then started Mounjaro in September of 2022. So my starting weight on Mounjaro was 268. Previously, before I'd even done the weight loss medication, I was like 282, and I was able to lose 20 pounds with the oral medication, and then I started Mounjaro. And if you guys want like details about how the first few months of that journey were, I'll put a card up for my weight loss journey episode 1, 2, and 3, so you can get more of an in-depth understanding of how the months of Mounjaro were for me, and more in depth about like side effects and stuff like that, how much weight I lost, etc. The main reason I started a weight loss journey to begin with was because I was unhappy with my health and overall lifestyle. I just remember feeling so just like gross every day, and like I could barely like move to do anything because I was carrying so much excess weight, and it was just really starting to weigh on me, and I was just unhappy with my overall health and how I was eating. I just knew that I wanted like a complete lifestyle change. So that's why I started with a weight loss oral medication at first, because I knew that I needed something to help me kind of kickstart weight loss. Because, little backstory, but I've been overweight like my entire life, and I have been like flip-flopping weights. I've lost a bunch of weight and then gained a bunch of weight and then lost a bunch of weight and then gained a bunch of weight. So nothing was really like truly effective for me, and I never could consistently lose the weight. So that's another reason why I turned to medications, because doing it on my own just was not working for me in the long term. That was one of the major reasons why I wanted to start a medication as well. I really needed that additional support. Started the oral medication. I didn't see significant results. Obviously like 20 pounds is 20 pounds. So that is a decent amount of weight, but that was throughout the course of like 4 or 5 months. So I wasn't like truly happy with the result. And then I'd found out about Mounjaro and using that for weight loss, and hearing other people's stories of like insane results and successes with it. So I decided to go that route and started officially in September of 2022, and ended up losing I think about 10 pounds the first month. I've consistently lost about at least 10 pounds every month since starting, which has been amazing. And my full journey was exactly a year. So I pretty much stopped Mounjaro in September of 2023. I am officially off of Mounjaro. It's been about a month now. I've been off of it for an entire month, which we're gonna talk about that in this video a little bit, and then I'll probably make an entire separate video. I was a little bit aware of side effects, but I wasn't doing like a ton of research because it was brand new. It had like just come out a few months earlier. There wasn't a ton of knowledge on it or research on it. I just knew that there were potential side effects of stomach problems, digestive system problems. I think like dry mouth maybe was one. I don't know. There just like was not a ton of research or information out about it yet. So I kind of went in like limited knowledge, I knew that I wanted to try it anyway, and if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, it didn't, and that was that. We'll move on to the side effects that I experienced from the beginning throughout my journey, and then any side effects that I've had post mounjaro. So at the beginning, we had some side effects, that's for sure. Definitely had like the dry mouth, sore throat, lack of hunger, like my hunger completely suppressed. Like I was never hungry, and I had like severe food aversions. Like I really couldn't eat a lot. And then obviously like the big ones are like constipation, your digestion being slowed, and experiencing kind of like acid reflux. I think those are like the main ones. Abdominal cramping, it was a big one. But those were like throughout the entirety of my journey. At first, it like really didn't give me that many side effects, but once we got to like month 4 and 5, when your body has like completely adjusted to it and it's gotten used to it and you start going up on higher doses, that's when I started experiencing some severe side effects. I had severe abdominal cramping and diarrhea on one instance where I had to go to the hospital and the emergency room because it was so bad. And then another instance a few weeks later, I had something similar where I had severe abdominal cramping, and then this time I had severe constipation. So that was really scary. Both of them were like really scary, and I honestly didn't know if I could continue doing it. But after the last emergency room visit, I have not had an issue since, knock on wood. So I don't know if it was just like a fluke, my body was just adjusting, or what really happened there, but those were the only 2 times where I've had severe and significant side effects where like I couldn't live through it, if that makes sense. But other than that, all the side effects have been pretty tolerable. Nausea is constant. I had nausea throughout the entirety of it. Those were pretty much the side effects. We'll also talk about the like physical health issues that I was experiencing before, and then the issues I experienced after I lost the weight. So before I lost any of the weight, I was having a lot of issues breathing. Walking like made me out of breath. Climbing upstairs made me so out of breath. Even like just bending down, I was so out of breath. I was sweating all the time. You guys probably know that if you watch my vlogs. Like I was always sweating. I was always hot-natured. I was eating fast food. I wasn't necessarily watching what I was eating, but towards like the very beginning of my journey, I completely cut out fast food, which was crazy. Like health issues I can really think of that kind of contributed to me wanting to lose weight. It was just like the feeling of carrying all of this excess weight and just like being dragged down like all the time. I literally just felt like I couldn't exercise because there was so much extra weight on me. I couldn't breathe because of all the extra weight. Just like everything was about all the extra weight and how difficult it made day-to-day life. And then after losing over 100 pounds, I can say that I have felt 9-day difference. Like I can breathe so easily now. I can walk everywhere and not be completely out of breath. I can do day-to-day tasks with ease. I do not sweat nearly as much as I used to, which is actually insane. Like I'm wearing a sweater. I could have never done this. My clothes fit better. I'm just like feel overall a lot more confident in myself, and I feel more like myself after losing all of the weight than I did once I had all that extra weight on. And it's a lot easier now to actually exercise, which has been so nice. I can actually take the dogs for a walk, and we can walk like over a mile and not be like dying. There's no struggle with it, which is nice. I don't get out of breath anymore. Even doing like day-to-day tasks that would usually make me out of breath. Just everything in life that you do on a daily basis is 100 times easier than it is when you're carrying all that excess weight around. And I can't believe that it had taken me this long to actually lose the weight. And I just wish this medication would have been around like so many years earlier, because I felt like I didn't really live my life for like several years because of the weight that was on me, and just, I don't know, just like feeling ashamed of how I looked and who I was, and I just like didn't feel like me. That's another aspect of this entire journey, is like the mental aspect of it. You don't really think about that when you're going through it. You just think about the physical changes that are gonna happen, but you don't really recognize the mental changes that come with it too, and the mental struggles that you deal with when you are losing weight, especially with like the whole body dysmorphia. I have had severe body dysmorphia throughout the entirety of my life and this journey. I have never known what true size I am, because I always bought a size or two bigger, because I never wanted that feeling of this doesn't fit, I need a bigger size. I don't know what issues I had, but yeah, I always bought a size or two bigger than I actually was, so everything would be like a little bit oversized so that fit me properly but not like tight. So once I had actually lost all of the weight, I didn't know for a long time what size to buy. I was a size 20 when I really should have been like a size 16 for a while. Like my pants were like falling off of me. And you guys know clothes are really expensive to buy, especially when you go through them like super fast and your sizing changes like month to month. So it was really difficult to know what my size was once I had eventually lost all the weight. It was like such a dramatic difference. Now I can confidently say I feel like I'm done like losing any significant weight at this point in time since I am off the medication. But right now I'm a size 14, pretty solid in like pants, shirts, dresses, like a size large, extra large, depending on what it is and what the brand is. Obviously that is a very significant difference. And then I was like a 3X pushing a 4X. I was a size 24 pushing a size 26 when I very first started this weight loss journey. Like if I could have just told myself back then, like just hang on because your whole life is going to change within a year, I would have laughed in your face and never would have believed it. But I just cannot believe how far I've come within a year. Not even just like the weight loss side of things, but obviously like the mental side too. I feel like I've matured a ton. I feel like I have really gotten to know myself a lot better and have gotten a lot more comfortable with myself and more kind of appreciative of myself and what my body is capable of since I have lost all of that weight, and I'm able to recognize the things that I can do now, especially in like a day-to-day life. Like I had mentioned, you just become more grateful and appreciative of the body that you're in because of your abilities to do things like literally just like walking, grabbing things, just the ability to move. You just become so much more appreciative of that, especially when you've lost the weight, because having all of that excess weight put on, it made moving so difficult. So now that the weight is off, you can become more appreciative of the ability to move. That makes sense. I feel like mentally I'm in a lot better of a headspace than I was a year ago. Even though I didn't necessarily like hate the body I was in, I was just kind of like always uncomfortable, and I always knew that I wanted to lose weight. I just like didn't have the motivation or like the mindset to do so until I had finally just like had enough and decided to go see a specialist, and that's when the whole thing started. But even then I was still posting Instagram pictures and still like showcasing the body that I was in. And now I feel like I've become a lot more insecure because of all of like the excess skin that I have since losing all of the weight. Obviously you're gonna have excess skin because you lost a bunch of fat, muscle, etc. So that's one thing that I wasn't really expecting. Like I knew it was gonna happen obviously, but I didn't know exactly how much excess skin there would be and how much it would really affect me. I kind of just thought that it wouldn't really bother me that much because I would just feel better, but it does still bother you, which I wasn't really expecting. But especially in like my lower stomach area, that's where it really bothers me because I feel like I look the exact same, even though obviously I know I don't. Just having like my lower stomach look different than I expected it to look, like still looking bigger than I expected it to look, really difficult, and we're still working through it. I've gotten a lot more comfortable with it as like the days go on because this is the body I'm in right now. This is the stage of life we're in. The only thing you can really do about that is exercise, and that's only gonna cut out like a portion of it since most of it is just excess skin that you're gonna have to get either surgically removed or just get over it. Physically, we can talk about other physical changes that have happened from my body. I lost all of my butt, which is kind of odd. My stomach did definitely shrink a ton. I feel like my waist also shrunk a lot. My arms definitely did, but like I said, there's still like a lot of loose skin. But the main thing I wasn't really expecting is how much your face actually slims up. And I know people like make comments about like Ozempic face or something like that, but I feel like I don't have that extreme to where your face is like gaunt and like hollow looking. I feel like I don't look that extreme. Still, even just having a more like narrow face and not having as much like puffiness has been so exciting and so comforting and has made me feel so much more confident. I didn't even realize until looking back at the pictures how just like puffy I looked. Like I literally just looked like I was blown up like a balloon. I don't know why I was so puffy, if that's normal with like weight gain or what, but it's like really scary to look back and see like how puffy I was, because I feel like I could just like explode at any minute looking at those pictures. So I don't know how she lived day to day because it's gotta be so uncomfortable. Like it was so uncomfortable. So I can't even imagine like living like that now, how puffy my face was. It's so crazy. The best piece of advice is, like everyone says, take pictures, which I'm glad I didn't take a ton of progress pictures because I feel like that would have sent me on a spiral. But just having the pictures that I do have has really helped with the whole body dysmorphia thing, and seeing that I have lost weight and that I do look different and that I've made progress really helps in the whole body dysmorphia aspect of things. Now we can talk a little bit about what foods I ate. I ate pretty clean, I would say. Mostly, I would say like 95% home cooked meals. There were some occasions where at like the beginning, towards like the middle of the journey, I would sometimes get fast food, like maybe like once or twice a month. Now I literally do not eat fast food. I just don't like the way it makes me feel. I just don't even want the temptation there. And I feel like wasting money on fast food now is just so pointless to me. So I just have like no interest in eating fast food at this moment, and I don't plan on eating any anytime soon. Now it's like mainly all home cooked meals. Sometimes we'll go to a restaurant and get dinner, but that's like on a very rare occasion. I just prefer eating at home. I know what's in the food. I know how it's cooked. I know how it's gonna make me feel. But throughout the journey, I pretty much ate at home. I ate a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruits, a lot of bland stuff due to the food aversions. I ate a lot of just like noodles and butter. I still ate a lot of, I would say, like broccoli, and I still had fruit daily, like apples, pears, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, like any of those I ate on a day-to-day basis. Yogurt on a day-to-day basis, like a low fat or like a light yogurt has been really good. Sometimes I drink protein drinks like the Fairlife protein shakes, or I'll drink protein water. Mainly for dinner, we would have salmon, we would have chicken, or we would have really lean ground beef. So we'd have like taco bowls or hamburgers with really lean meat. I feel like that's like the majority of what I ate then and like what I eat now. I still eat super clean and healthy. Now it is more snacking though, I will say that much. So now I do eat some cereal. We have some frozen yogurt ice cream on occasion. I have had cake on some occasions. Not like anything crazy, but I used to not even like allow myself to do that. Like not have like any sweets really. I've gotten a lot more lenient on certain aspects of the foods that I'll eat. Still some foods I don't want to eat, like the fast food. I don't want to give into that anytime soon, but more of like the sweets and snacking, I'm more lenient on myself. As long as I know I'm not going like a crazy amount over calorie limit that I should have a day, I still am eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of salads, a lot of fruits. I eat a lot of fruit daily. Still trying to drink a lot of water, but then along with that, I'm having some snack foods, like I'm having the baked Lay's chips, or I'll have like Smart Food, or like pretzels, Sweet Thins, cereal, kind of like snacky foods more. That's pretty much what I ate. I think I did a week in my life, what I ate, but if you watch any of my vlogs, I kind of tend to give an overview of what I would eat in a week. A big one that's been recently is Papa John's pizza. We've been getting that more recently, which normally I would never let myself eat that right now. But like I said, I feel like now is more of like a balance in daily life, since I am pretty much at the weight that I'm going to be at for a while. I feel like now it's more about living a healthy balance and not restricting yourself as much. Now we can talk a little bit about the side effects that I had when I got off of mounjaro and then that whole process, but just like a quick overview. So I didn't have like too many side effects going off of it. I did notice that I was getting hot more often, but not sweating nearly as much as I used to do, and definitely started getting hungry more often, but I didn't have like super intense cravings for like sweets or like fast food or anything, which is great because I was really nervous about that. But definitely got my appetite back, and like I said, like the snacking kind of came back. But my biggest thing when I first started this was like the late night snacking or like midnight snacking. I will say I have not done any midnight snacking. Sometimes I'll have something small like before I go to bed if I really need to, maybe like a yogurt or like a Jello or something kind of small. But I feel like other than that, nothing too crazy happens. My digestion was like completely regulated once I got off of it, which was actually kind of crazy. I didn't know that it would regulate like that easily and like that quickly, but as soon as I was off of it, like 2 weeks into it, I was like fully regulated. Like the stomach gurgling was still there a little bit, otherwise I was like fully regulated, and like there were no severe withdrawal symptoms. I'm really thankful for that because I was a little bit nervous. I didn't really know what to expect. I can't get it anywhere. So we're officially done with the major weight loss journey. So now we're gonna kind of shift gears into living more of a healthy, balanced lifestyle. So I definitely want to start a new series where I show you guys how I'm living day to day, what foods I'm implementing, what wellness techniques, tricks, and tips I am implementing, like creating better habits, and any kind of like physical activity that I'm doing, kind of just like an overall like self-improvement kind of series, if you would say. So if you have any ideas for names for this series, let me know in the comments below, because this is going to be my next installment of a series. I think it'll be super fun, and hopefully it can motivate you guys to better yourself alongside me, and we can do it together, which is always fun. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it that I have to say. At this point, I weigh 167. So I lost 100 pounds. I lost 100 pounds when it was like 11 months. And then I kind of just like stayed consistent and lost like 10 pounds here and there. So it was like 100 pounds in less than a year, which is crazy. And I wouldn't take back anything. I don't regret a single decision that I made, even though it cost me a lot with the ER visits. I don't regret anything. And I'm glad that I took that leap of faith. And I'm glad that I decided to do it, because now I can live an overall healthier lifestyle. I have all the excess weight off of me, so I'm able to actually focus on bettering myself and improving my physical health, mental health, all the fun stuff. Yeah, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know you guys were so curious about like kind of the end of my journey, what was next. That's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'll be responding to all comments as long as they're respectful and nice and kind comments. I'll respond. Other than that, if you have any ideas on what to call this new series, a new like wellness self-improvement series, leave them in the comments below. I have some ideas, but I'm not too sure yet. And if there's anything else you guys want to see from me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!